today we're going to be going over percentages subsection M of section A, number and numeration of the West African Examination Council's Senior Secondary School Certificate Mathematical Examinations for Liberian schools. In this video, we're going to be going over how to compute simple interest, basic business and finance problems. Well, the WAEC has one of its objectives, computing compound interest. Our research of previously administered WAEC has not shown us any occasion where WAEC had any problem involving compound interest. However, in subsequent videos, we might want to go over some of those concepts. Then we have discount. So let's get the definition. Discount is the amount that you deduct from the price of an item when it's on sale. We have commission. Commission is the percentage of the amount paid based on the percentage of the total sale. Interest is the amount you gain or the amount you pay on an investment or on the money that you borrow. Most percentage problems can be solved by using this simple proportion, which is the rate over 100, because percentage is based on 100, and then the part divided by the whole. You can also express that as percent over 100, and then A's over off. If you do some problems, we'll show you the connection between them. Most problems involving percentages can be solved using this proportion. So discount, in terms of formula, what is discount? To find a discount, you divide the rate by 100. That's basically converting the rate to decimal and multiplying the amount of sales, the cost, the actual cost. And the amount you pay after discount is equal to the amount that was being charged minus the discount. The selling price minus the discount. The commission is basically the rate of commission divided by 100, changing the rate into decimals and multiplying it by the amount of sale. And you can have a manipulation of this formula to solve for other things. Simple interest. The simple interest formula is I is equal to PRT, where we convert the rate to decimal by dividing by 100 and times it by T. And the total amount you pay on interest would be basically the principal plus the interest which you calculate from here. Okay? Time must be given in years. So if you are giving the times in months, you have to convert the months to years. Alright? So compound interest. So here's the compound interest, where A is the amount of interest, the total amount that is earned, the total amount. P is the principal, that's the amount that is invested, the amount you borrow. Rate is the interest rate, the per annual interest rate. And N is the number of times that interest rate is compounded in a year. It could be quarterly, it could be monthly. If it is monthly, it's going to be 12. If it's quarterly, N is going to be 4. All right. And then T is the number of years. So you can we also have problems involving profit and loss. So the percentage of loss or percent of profit is going to be the final amount minus the original amount divided by the original amount. When this is negative, it's a loss. When this is positive, it's going to be a profit. So what about our first problem? Wayne Wallace received $40,000 in commission from deal entities production for selling 500 copies of the CD. So one of the things we want to do in this problem is that we want to make sure that we take the information that we have here and restate it into the problem. So again, this problem involves commission. So one of the things we need to know is the total sales. So for this problem here, how do we find the total sales here? So one, let's say this was the commission that was received. Commission was basically what? $40,000. So that means it was the amount based on the sales. Good. Now, so what was the total sales? In this problem, you have to determine the total sales. In most problems, you are given the actual total sales. But in this problem, you have to determine the total amount you got. Was that you sold, you need to multiply the number of items you sold and the cost of item. Cost per item. So in this case, the number of items sold was 500, and the cost of each item was $2,000. Very expensive thing, correct? All right, so we don't know what we're selling. So when you multiply this, you're going to have like 1 million. All right? Now, so that's the total sales. So now we know that by formula, the commission, and our abbreviate, is equal to the rate over 100 times the sales. So what do we have in this problem? Do we have the commission? Yes, our commission is 40,000. What is our rate? Do we have our rate in this case? No, we don't know the rate. I'll put R over what? 100 times our total sales. Do we know our total sales? Our total sales was what? 1 million. So we can solve this. Now, first thing, we can cancel 2 zeros from here, 2 zeros from here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So we're going to have 10,000 R. Hope that's correct. Good. And then, yeah, we're going to have what? 40,000. For some reason, I'm not happy with what I have here. 2, 3, 4 zeros. We're going to divide this. We're going to divide this. Yeah, that's fine. We are good. Yeah, it's right. Okay. So then this will cancel. This will cancel. When we divide this, it's going to go what? 40,000 divided by 10,000 is going to go 4 times. Yes. So our rate, which is given by 40,000 divided by 10,000, is equal to 4 for what? Percent. So the interest, so the rate at which the rate of commission was 4%. So again, I did not go over this. That the problem was taken from WAEC Liberia 2006. It was number 11. Again, let me just go over this problem quickly. The commission received was 40,000. It was sold 500 copies of the CD were sold. Very expensive CDs for 2,000 each. So you multiply 5,000 by 2,000. You multiply 500 by 2,000. You have the total amount of sales, which is 1 million. And then you use the commission formulas, and then you'll be able to find that. So the rate of the commission rate here was 4%. So next problem says it's taken from WAEC Liberia 2006. This was part 2, section A, problem number 4A. So it's one of those essay problems. So Kofa borrowed $800 from Sam David and agrees to pay $1,000. Now this problem did not specify what is home, but it's indeed called the simple interest. So we're gonna go here and say $800. What is $800? $800 is the amount borrowed. The amount that you borrow is your principal. And he agrees to pay what? $1,000. So the amount you're going to pay is going to be $1,000. So how much interest did he pay on this thing? To determine the interest, we'll do the principal, we'll do the amount minus the total amount paid minus the principal. The amount paid was $1,000. Minus $800. So basically the interest here is going to be what? $200 what? Dollars. So the question here, the time was what? 8 months, and we must convert this month to year. So that means we must do 8 over what? 12, because we have 12 months in the year. If we simplify it, divide this by 4, we're going to have 2, divide this by 4, we're going to have 3. So it's 2/3 of a year. Now, the rate is what we don't know. It's what we want to find. Okay? So we don't take this information now and plug it into the formula and be able to compute and find what was the interest rate. Let's do that on the next slide. So let's go and see what do we have here. So we have our formula. I is equal to P RT. We said the principal was $800. We also saw that the interest was what? $200. The rate is what we don't know, and the time is 2/3 of a year. So let's plug that in here. I is 200, P is 800, rate is 2/3 times what? Time, which is T. I can multiply both sides by 3, so I'll have 600 equals to 2 times 800, that's going to be 1600 T. Divide by this, divide by 1600, I'll have T equals to 0.375, correct? And I can change this to decimals. Sorry, it's not time. I had the time here, so it was the hour that I did not have. So let me put the hour back here. Multiply by 3, so it's the hour I'm looking for. So it's the hour I'm looking for. So I have 0.375 0.75 equals to R. If I change this to decimal, like a percentage, I can move the decimal to 0.2 places, 1, 2. So R will be equal to 37.5% reading annual percent interest. Okay, good. So number 3, it's a problem that was taken from WAEC Liberia 2009, problem number 3. Again, it's a problem involving interest. So we see here that how many years, so that means we don't know T. Well, $225 so that means your principal is 225. I'll ignore the decimal points for now. Yield simple interest, that means the interest is what? $27 at a rate of what? 4%. So I have to change this. I can just divide this by 100. I'll have 0.04. So now I'm going to substitute it into my simple interest formula, PRT. So interest is 27, principal is 225, the rate is 0.04, and the time I don't know, so I have 27. When I perform that operation over here, I'm going to have 9t divided by 9 divided by 9. I'm going to have t equals 3, so that means the time here is going to be what? 3. Yes. Okay. So these are very basic, very easy problems. I think the hardest thing is translating the problem into mathematics. And all you have to do is to take your time, underline the important things. So that's P. Watch for this. That's I. You see it right there, simple interest. You see the word rate. So that's your rate right over there. And how many years? So you know the question mark is on T. That's what you don't know. Again, thank you very much. This has been a production of the Foundation for Equity and Excellence in Education in Liberia. We are on the web at www.feedliberia.org. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube. But also, we appreciate your contribution and your donation to the efforts that we are making to provide quality content education for Liberian children. Your contribution will help us improve the quality of our work and expand our services to other content areas. We thank you, and we appreciate also getting your feedbacks. You can send your feedbacks to feedliberia2015@gmail.com. Thank you.